we know everybody's time is very precious.
Better to tighten Jackson.
Okay, good morning once again. We are just going to try to get everybody in here so we can go ahead and get started. I just want to say thank you also to the Booker T. Washington Magnet High School Wilbur Terrell Band. Thank you. They'll be with us for a while. You'll be able to enjoy them again shortly. My name is Donna Russell. I'm the Executive Director of the Alabama Alliance for Arts Education. I'm so glad you guys are here. I just want to take a couple of minutes to do some housekeeping. Number one, of course, if you have your cell phone with you, please silence it or turn it off. We appreciate that very much. Each one of you should have received a purple bag with some information in it. You should have a program and some other information that you might have to refer to during some presenters' presentations today. So you can look in there and see what those are. Let's see. We are going to have question and answer periods after several speakers and presenters. There are index cards on your tables. There should be index cards on your tables. So as a question crosses your mind when someone's speaking, just jot it down, and we'll have an opportunity to ask some questions later. We are not going to give full bios when our speakers and presenters and panelists come up. Everybody's bios are in your program. Full bios, much longer bios, are on our website as well, so you can learn about everybody that way. There are probably some other things I had forgotten to tell you, but we'll get there when we do. Our MC for today is a local celebrity, a wonderful person who works with us on Poetry Out Loud, and who is the education director at the Alabama Shakespeare Festival. I'm going to introduce Miss Greta Lambert. She'll be with us all day.
Good morning. Welcome to the 2016 Alabama Arts Advocacy Conference. We are better advocates when we are armed with the facts about the importance of the arts and the tools and strategies about how to present that information. Today, we will be looking at the positive impact of the arts on education, the economy, and the quality of life in Alabama. Tomorrow, we will focus on using this new information and skills garnered today at the Alabama Art Advocacy Day, meeting with the legislators at the Capitol. Education and economy are inextricably linked, as the quality of Alabama's future workforce depends on the quality of our state's educational system. In this morning session, we will look at the educational impact of the arts on our state, and in the afternoon, we will look at the impact of the arts on Alabama's economy and the quality of life. Here to offer welcoming remarks is Dr. Sara Wright, Chairman of the Board of the Alabama Alliance for Arts Education.
Good morning. On behalf of the Alabama Alliance for Arts Education Board of Directors and our partners, I would like to welcome you to Alabama's Arts Advocacy Conference. We are joined by many special guests, many of whom are arts organization representatives from governmental agencies, the business and economic sectors, and artistic professionals from communities across our great state. We are gathered together as a unified voice because we all believe in the power of the arts to positively transform our communities and quality of life. What would Alabama look without the arts? What would we look like? How would Alabama's historical and cultural differences and accomplishments have been communicated throughout the years? How will she tell her story to future generations? I am so grateful and I am so thankful that you are joining us in this collaborative effort to advocate the arts for education. When we speak about the arts, we speak about opportunity. Opportunity for a better quality of life for Alabamians. The arts impact the quality of our education programs, community development, tourism, employment opportunities, and it strengthens the heartbeat of creativity and innovation. For change to happen, it takes leadership and it takes evidence-based data. We have both, as you will hear over the next few days. However, a successful arts advocacy campaign takes strategic planning at the grassroots level, beginning with one person, one voice at a time. That is why you are here today. You are here to strategically advocate for your community back home. Proudly, last year, the Alliance hosted Alabama's first State Arts Advocacy Day. Based upon feedback and continued data gains and interest, the Alliance knew we had to expand our day to a conference. I hope you are as excited as I am about this historical opportunity. You see, advocacy does matter. Your unified voices will be heard at Capitol Hill and the State House tomorrow. It is, in other words, an opportunity to speak throughout our state. It is a powerful signal to our lawmakers that this is an issue that constituents care about and that we will continue to share our stories with passion until all Alabamians have the opportunity to participate in high-quality arts education programs both in education and in our communities. Together, we will build a stronger Alabama, stronger communities, one person, one voice at a time. I thank you again for joining us. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to make your next day or two more comfortable. Now, I would like to turn this over to Mayor Todd Strange, who is going to welcome you to our great city.
Thank you, Ms. Sara.
Thank you.
Well, good morning. I am delighted to see so many of you from Montgomery, but I'm also delighted to see so many of you from out of town, particularly those that will be spending the night here tonight. Your Convention and Visitors Bureau will tell you that for every person that stays in Montgomery, Alabama, on average, they'll spend $262. That's what it's valued at us per individual. That's average. Now, I know that you guys are better than average. So we anticipate something a bit more than that. But I tell you what, you've got a group in front of you. I had the chance yesterday to welcome the garden clubs of Alabama. There were about 150 representatives from garden clubs from all over the state. And I was in the entertainment district last night on business, being entertained by some artists, a dancer, as a matter of fact, from Pietrasanta, Italy, which is our sister city. And I got to tell you, those garden club ladies and some guys, they beat the average last night in downtown Montgomery, and we appreciate that. So you've got a goal tonight, and I will be out and about. As a matter of fact, we have the mayor of Huntsville, who's going to be with you a little later today, the mayor of Mobile, Tuscaloosa, and Birmingham in town, and we're going to be doing what you guys are going to be doing. We're going to be talking to our legislators tomorrow morning about certain issues that are there. You know, I couldn't help but think in terms of you coming to Montgomery. I'm a bit biased towards the arts, and I'll just tell you that, not because I've got any talent whatsoever, because I do not have any talent in the artistic realm, but I left Bell Telephone in 1983 and went to work for Red Blunt. And from thence came my appreciation for the arts and what arts could do for the business community and the economy in general. And Carolyn and Red and Linda and I, as my father and my student, we were able to travel, frankly, the world with them in the pursuit of art and so many of the things that are associated with that. And so from that standpoint, I did have a great appreciation. Then as a young whippersnapper coming to Montgomery in the 1977 realm, at 32, 33, I got put in the presence of the likes of Frank Plummer and Charlie Brightwell and the Red Blunts of the world and the Philip Sellers of the world, who came together to create the first business committee for the arts here in Montgomery, the Montgomery Area Business Committee for the Arts. I just ran into Fran Jones, who told me that she was the first executive director of the Business Committee for the Arts, and she started a legacy which is carried on today. As a matter of fact, Al Head has been a great part of this, because Al brought the mayor of Pietrasanta to Montgomery in 2009, right after I had been elected the mayor. And we've developed a wonderful relationship. It was Al that created for us, we actually signed the document, a sister city relationship. Massimo Malini, don't y'all love that name, Massimo Malini, the mayor. He was over here in November. We're organizing a group that's, Al, up to about 20 people right now, going back to Pietrasanta, Italy. Pietrasanta is the marble capital of the world. It is all about cultural exchange of art, whether it be the visual art or the performing arts. They brought a number of pieces over here where it was displayed in our museum in the November time frame. We're sending a number of juried pieces over there in June, and Al as well is doing that. So we have a commitment to the arts. As a matter of fact, we used art in great measure when we did the 50th and the 60th anniversary of the civil rights and the bus boycott. A lot of student involvement. Public art, we've created the Public Art Commission that is commissioning art on public buildings around. And I never thought that creating a Public Art Commission would be that controversial. We're trying to move Hank Williams' statue from an inconspicuous place to a prominent place, and the Historical Commission is fighting with the Public Arts Commission over moving Hank. Now, come on, man, we got lots of more things to worry about than doing those. But I promise you, Hank will be moved, and the Public Art Commission will win in that scenario. But you come to Montgomery today to collaborate, to learn best practices. I was very impressed with your lineup, to be able to come to share your ideas, maybe to get a grant or two. I know that those might be available to you. So we welcome you to Montgomery. A little known fact in the art community, I know we've got a lot of great artists that are here today, but we are the home of Mose T, and he's one of the better known artists from Montgomery, Alabama. So welcome to Montgomery. Thank you for being here. Y'all have a great conference.
Thank you, Mayor. Now, in order to be an effective advocate, you need to understand the state of the arts in Alabama. And who better to tell us about that than Mr. Al Head, Executive Director of the Alabama State Council on the Arts.
Greta, thank you very much, and what a pleasure it is to be here with with you all and to see so many friends assembled. I was asked to give you all a state-of-the-arts assessment or analysis, and I'll try my best to do that. We could go down a lot of rabbit trails and kind of take different approaches to that, but this last February, I celebrated, and I guess that's the right word, my 31st year with the State Council on the Arts, and actually spent some years in Florida and some years in Louisiana, so I've been sort of doing the state arts agency thing for around 44 years or something like that. So if I have a little more of a going back perspective, that may be a reason why. But let me just try to share with you all a very positive assessment to this state of the arts in Alabama. And you know, there are a lot of the folks that are the half empty, half full. You know, if you're an optimist, then we're always half full and getting fuller. If we're half empty and getting more empty. And I'm very much on the half full and getting fuller, if you will, regarding our situation in Alabama. The Southern Growth Policies Board a number of years ago came out on a report about the South, and their term for that report was halfway home but a long way to go. And in the arts, I kind of feel that way here in Alabama. Halfway home, we've come a long, long way, but we still have a long way to go. I think we tend to get frustrated at times that we don't accomplish as much as quickly as we would like. And if we evaluate accomplishment over, you know, what did we do last week, or what did we accomplish last month, or even last year, again, sometimes that's not as much as we would like. But in Alabama, if we look back 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30, I can assess the cultural landscape of Alabama and say with a great deal of confidence that we have accomplished a great deal and have come a long, long way. And this is north, south, east, west. This is with large cities. This is with small communities. And I think that I mentioned to some folks earlier, we're taking a lot more steps forward than back. And in terms of this positive kind of approach that I want to give to you as far as state of the arts, the state of the arts in Alabama are good. The state of the arts in Alabama are solid because of mayors like Todd Strange, who appreciates, as you can tell from his comments, understands and gets it. The state of the arts in Alabama are good and getting better because of some enlightened, progressive public officials, legislators. One of those is Randy Davis, who you will meet and will speak to you later on today. The legislature gets bashed a good bit for all of the chaos and disagreement and so forth, but you get together with individual legislators and you will find them very concerned, very interested, trying very hard to make Alabama a better place, and Randy Davis is certainly one of those legislators. And I can kind of go on and on and on here, but we've got great artists in the state of Alabama. We could start listing artists. We've got great teachers. We've got great schools. We've got great students. I end up going to awards programs where kids are are given recognition for what they've accomplished, and it's amazing. We've got wonderful statewide service organizations. The Alabama Alliance for Arts and Education, who's a big part of putting this together, is an example of that. We've got one of the best public television networks in the country. Roy Clem is on the program and will be speaking to you all later today. And Roy is so receptive, so supportive of the arts and what all of us are doing. The State Department of Tourism, you'll be hearing from Lee Centel. We've got one of the best state departments of tourism in the country. They have won more awards in the last 6 or 8 years than any tourism department in the country. We do have great corporate support and great corporate leaders, business leaders in the state. All of this is about partnerships, and we have got great private sector business partners. Bob Powers from Eufaula is here. He's very involved in the Business Council, very involved in education, very much a wonderful partner in all of this. And again, you'll be hearing from him today. We've got great programs in Alabama. We've got great organizations that are implementing those programs. And we ought to feel really, really good about that. We need to stop beating ourselves up about what we don't have and patting ourselves on the back in terms of what we do have. One thing that I want to close with is that in 2019, we will be celebrating the state's bicentennial. And actually, our approach to that is a 3-year celebration, recognizing the territorial years, 17 and 18. But the arts are and can and should be a very, very big part of that celebration of 200 years. Jay Lamar is here with us. She's director of the bicentennial. Another reason why the state of the arts in Alabama is very good. But there will be opportunities for you all as individuals in schools and with arts organizations to tell Alabama's story as no one else can tell. I mean, the arts are supposed to be the ultimate form of communication, so we got to tell our story. Can't be a beacon if your light don't shine, as the old country music song, said. So our participation in this celebration is important, and I know all of you all are going to be a big part of that. Final comment here, and I say this, many of you have heard me say it before, but as far as advocacy, as far as being here, I've always said that, you're either involved and participating or you're in the peanut gallery. And if you just kind of want to be in the peanut gallery and take what comes your way, then there you go. But if you want to be involved and influence the process, here you are. Thank you so much for being here, and what you do is incredibly important. So the state of the arts in Alabama is very, very good, very fine, and primarily because of wonderful folks like you. Thank you all very much.